Guys have it. Next.
Order number 9, the Equalization Fund Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 21 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to authorize the issue of a sum of money out of the Equalization Fund and its application towards the service of the year ending 30th June 2026, to appropriate that sum for certain public basic services and for connected purposes. Order number 10, the Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 23 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to authorize the issuance of a sum of money out of the consolidated fund and its application towards the service of the year ending on the 30th June 2026, and to appropriate that sum and a sum voted on account by the National Assembly for certain public services and purposes. Order number 11, special motion, consideration of nominees for appointment to the National Police Service Commission.
Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that taking into consideration the findings of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security in its report on approval hearing of nominees for appointment as members of the National Police Service Commission, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 12th June 2025, and pursuant to the provision of Article 246(2) and 252 of the Constitution and the Section 3 and 8 of the Public Appointments, Appointment Parliamentary Approval, Cap 7F, approve the appointment of the following nominees as members of the National Police Service Commission. 1, Ms. Peris Mudhoni Kimani, Mr. Benjamin Juma Ima, and Professor Coletta Suda, PhD. Honorable Speaker, the nomination of the 3 nominees was conveyed to the Speaker of the National Assembly on the 21st May, and the nominees' curriculum vitae, testimonial, and report of the selection panels are enclosed in their letter. And pursuant to the Standing Order number 42, on the 27th May, you yourself, Honorable Speaker, conveyed the message from His Excellency the President to the House on their nomination of the 3. And Honorable Speaker, the names of the nominees were referred to the Departmental Committee on Administration for the approval hearing. And upon conclusion of the hearing, the committee was required to table its report, which we are tabling, which we did, Honorable Speaker. Consequently, in fulfillment of the provision of Article 118 of the Constitution, Section 64 of the Public Appointment, Cap 7(5), and the Standing Order number 45(3), the Clerk of the National Assembly on the Thursday 29th notified the public through the print media that the Departmental Committee will consider an approval hearing for the 3 nominees on the Monday, June. And further, in accordance with the Section 6369 of the Public Appointment Approval, Assembly placed, the Clerk of National Assembly placed an advert in the print media on the 29th May 2025, inviting the public to submit memoranda by way of written submission on oath on the suitability or otherwise of each of the 3 in accordance with the public appointments. The advertisement indicated that the submission were to be received by the Thursday the 5th. And through a letter dated 28th, the Clerk of National Assembly notified the nominees of the time and place of holding the approval hearing. Notification was also done through the print media in accordance with the Section 6 of the Public Appointment. And further invitation letters for the approval hearings were written to the nominees, notifying them of the date, the venue of the approval hearing, which was on Monday the 9th. Further, on the 28th, the Clerk of National Assembly wrote letters to the ODPP, EACC, KRA, HELP, DCI, and ORPPP, seeking the reference and the background checks relating to the suitability of the nominees. Honorable Speaker, the nominees appeared before the committee on Monday the 9th, 2025 for approval hearing, and in accordance to the provision of Constitution and the National Police Service Act, Cap 85, and the Public Appointments Act 7F, and the National Assembly standing orders. Honorable Speaker, during the approval hearing of these great Kenyans of outstanding performance in the civil service, Honorable Speaker, of course, all of them actually had very long work experience in the civil service. During the approval hearing, the committee went through their curriculum vitae and their training and the experience. And they were so impressed, Honorable Speaker, by the performance and the experience of all the three nominees, Honorable Speaker. And actually, Honorable Speaker, I think it's worth to mention that we didn't receive any objection or any submission against any, having placed the advert and notified the public of the same, Honorable Speaker. All the nominees were nominated in accordance with the provision of the Constitution 246 of the Constitution and Section 65 of the National Police Act, Caps 85. Honorable Speaker, the members started doing or listening and interviewing the three, starting with the lady, Ms. Peris Muthoni Kimani, who has got a long withstanding experience, who was recruited in the police service as a constable and raised through the ranks to the position. By the time she was exiting the service, she exited in the position of AIG, which is just away 3 ranks below the position of the IG. And she had worked in the National Police Service for almost 40 years, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, throughout her service of the 39 years, she had worked virtually in every part of this country, to include the most hard part of this country, despite being a woman. She had really demonstrated patriotism. She had demonstrated, of course, leadership skills. And all along, Honorable Madam Speaker, she had actually even demonstrated to be a team leader. And we had considered that, Honorable Madam Speaker, she will bring much experience and commitment, patriotism to the National Police Service Commission. Honorable Speaker, on the part of the professor, on the part of the Benjamin Juma Ima, this is a distinguished Kenyan who equally rose through the ranks in the National Police Service, starting as a constable. By the time of retirement, Madam Speaker, she was also in a position of AIG.
Your point of order, Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Is the member on the floor in order to put or to give a statement regarding the nominee Peris Muthoni that says she has done a lot for herself and has been able to achieve a lot despite being a woman? Is being a woman a disability, Honorable Speaker? The honorable member should tell us if it's a disability and if it is supposed to prevent women from being the best that they can be. That is very derogatory, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Tongoyo, I think you kindly apologize.
For what, Madam Speaker? I think, no, listen, members. I'd said
it's simple.
It is in a positive note. Oh, Madam Speaker, what I've said, we should be able to have a positive outcome. I've said, despite being a lady, she had worked even in the most hardest banditry-prone areas in this country and demonstrated leadership.
Hold on. Women have been known to even serve in Iraq and Afghanistan with distinction.
Okay,
so the fact that they are a woman is not to say that they have done so well despite being a woman.
Okay.
In fact, women ordinarily
if it pleases
do well.
them,
just apologize.
So may it be.
Just apologize.
Honorable Speaker, apologize? By saying that she's an outstanding woman who served this country with distinction and ability. Yes.
Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Honorable member Chematia. Chematia, you have something to say? Mm-hmm.
I want to support what Honorable Cynthia is saying, Madam Speaker. It cannot be despite. What do you mean despite?